Hello students and welcome to your English language class. Today in this class we'll be taking up the poem The Snake Trying, written by W. Ross. Now talking about the poet, William Wrightson Eustace Ross was a Canadian geophysicist and the first modern Canadian poet. Now summarizing the poem, most of us think snakes as fearsome symbols of death, but the poet has a different opinion about it. In his view, snakes are not harmful if they are not disturbed. They cause harm to human body only when they are provoked. And in this poem, the snake itself becomes a victim of human hardness. One day, a snake was lying on the sandy bank of a pond or a river. Someone observed it and ran after it with a stick. He wanted to kill it. The snake was trying to escape from the pursuing stick. It ran with sudden curves in its body and looked very beautiful and graceful. It glided through the water to save itself from the stroke. The poet saw all this. He asked the chaser to let the snake go away without any hurt or injury. He said that it was a small green snake. It couldn't make harm even to a small child. But the chaser did not listen to the poet. He was after the snake, but it disappeared in the ripples among the green slim reeds. So that was the summary of the poem. Now let us read this poem. The snake trying to escape the pursuing stick with sudden curvings of thin long body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water, into the reeds to hide, without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless, even to children. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away. And now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. Okay, so now let's take the first stanza. Actually, it's not been segregated into stanzas, but let's just take a few lines. Okay, and let me explain those lines to you. The snake trying to escape the pursuing or the chasing stick with sudden curvings or the turns of thin long body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Okay. So now in these lines the poet is describing an event when he saw a snake being chased by a person with a stick. And sensing the danger, the poor little creature is trying to escape the blow of the chasing stick. Pursuing means chasing. Okay. Now it is running away, curving its thin long body, and the poet feels spellbound at its beauty. He thinks that the snake is quite beautiful and graceful. 2. Meanwhile, the snake successfully evades the stroke of the stick and glides away through water. Now taking up the next few lines. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds. Reeds means hollow stems. Into the reeds to hide without hurt. Hurt here is injury. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. Now in these lines, the poet is trying to stop the pursuer or the chaser from killing the poor creature. He tells him to let him go across the water into the reeds or the hollow stems where he could hide himself. The poet says that it is a small green snake that cannot do any harm even to the small kids. Alright. And the remaining lines are, along the sand he lay until observed. Observed here is was seen. So along the sand he lay until observed and chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. Ripples here are waves in the water, and green slim reeds are thin hollow stems. Okay. So the snake was lying near the sand peacefully before the attacker saw and chased him away. But thankfully he was safely escaped and hidden himself somewhere in the rippling water among the thin green hollow stems. Okay. So basically this is a poem about a snake. Okay. And we humans consider snakes as fearful and as symbols of death. Okay. But the poet has a completely different opinion about the snakes, and he considers snakes as not harmful if they are not disturbed or they are not provoked. Okay. Only when they are provoked and disturbed they become harmful and they may harm someone. And he considers all the snakes as beautiful and graceful. So this is the poem about the snake trying to escape, and the snake has been portrayed as the victim of the hardness or the brutality of humans. Okay. So basically we humans consider snake as a harm, as a dangerous creature, but actually for the snake we are the ones who are dangerous and we can harm it. Okay. So it's vice versa. So we try to escape from the snakes and snakes try to avoid us. Okay. So I hope you've understood this poem well, and you have to just write a short summary or analysis of this poem in your own words. It's a very short poem and it's a very easy poem. So I hope you'll be able to summarize it in your own words beautifully. Just write this poem in your fair notebook and then write the summary or analysis of the poem. Okay. And just do the question answers given here and submit your homework by 3 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you for watching this video.